Should we buy a home now or wait for a market correction? Is COVID's no eviction law causing a housing bubble? Yeah, I know it's rare for a realtor to advise you not to buy yet, but take a look at property histories and then you judge for yourself. Inventory is so low now because owners and banks cannot evict because of COVID. So sellers are getting away with a king's ransom. 7 out of every 100 homes are in foreclosure now. When the no eviction law is over, there will be a flood of new listings causing a correction in prices, or maybe even a crash. Who knows? I want to show you the history on this house. I just picked a random house that was a new listing today. Let's just click on history and okay, so the owner bought the house 11/4/2019. Not even 2 years ago. What is it? A year and a half ago at $790. And now, a year and a half later, selling the house at $1,575,000 because the market is so dry right now. The owner probably will get away with that. 99.4% change in price, almost 100%. And I'm interested to see what the house sells for. But now when they bought it at $790, what did the house look like? Let's take a look. I'm going to click on this listing a year and a half ago. And let's look at the photos. Beautiful house. So did they buy it already beautiful, or did they put like $800,000 worth of work into it is the question. So I'm looking at the older photos from a year and a half ago when they bought it. And then we're going to look at the photos now to see how much money they maybe put into it. I'm guessing they probably changed the carpeting. Beautiful home though. All right, so let's just scan through. Like I would have totally bought this at $792. Nice. Okay, now we're gonna go to detail, history, and see what changed in that year and a half. Is it just the market craziness, or is it actual money that went into the house? Okay, so far nothing changed, but let's see. Okay, so they're going with that black, white, and gray motif now. Oh, I see they did put some money into the house. A little different, black ceilings, okay. Very artsy fartsy. See, I personally would not do that because that's a specific taste. Now you have to have a buyer who has the same taste, or they have to come in and put money into the house. I mean, it does really look nice though. But what if somebody wants a little color in their life and they look at this house, they see it as a project. But some people walk in and say, I like it as it is. That's why when you list a house, you're supposed to keep it very neutral, Martha Stewart-like, and try to appeal to a wider audience. So now you're looking for a buyer who is into the modern gray look, which to me I think is going to be a fad. But I do see where they put some money into the house, but not that much money. Let's look at the history one more time. Where's that history? Okay, detail, history. All right, so I don't have a calculator handy, but I don't think they put 800,000 into the house, although, I do see some improvements. So anyway, do you want to spend $800,000 more than the previous buyer paid a year and a half ago? That's the question. Let's take another look at today's new listings. Let's look at 421 Mars Way in Juno Beach. Nice distance to the beach. It's all about location. So this is the complete history on this property. Goes from $217,000 20 years ago to $4.5 million now. But I think what happened was it was an older house that had trouble selling, and they ended up tearing the house down and selling the land for $325,000 here, and then they built a new house here, and then they put it up for sale in 2018 at $2,100,000 and $2,200,000. Not sure what the strategy is here, but it looks like they had the same house listed twice. Maybe because the percentage change was crazy on the first listing, so they listed it again to reduce that. I don't know. Why would you need two listings on the same house? All right, so it sat for 238 days at 2.1 million. 158 days, 2.2 million. It closed at 2 million even in 2019, less than 2 years ago. And this is brand new construction. So what could they have done to it to make it worth 2.4 million more less than 2 years later? Let's see what it looked like when they bought it at 2 million. Nice. Very pretty. Looks like it's well built. What could they have done to improve it, though? I mean, it looks perfect. Let's scan through real quick, and then I want to see how it got to 4.5 million in less than 2 years. I know the location is primo, that's for sure. Wow. Well, supply and demand is so low right now that they might just get that price. Let's go back and look at the history. So here we are at 4.5 million 2 years later, and let's see what it looks like. Nah, nothing changed on the outside. And they're not showing you the inside, so I guess everything's probably still as it was. So the market change because of supply and demand made a 2 million house list for 4.5 million. The question is, will it retain that value if it sells at this price after the market correction? We don't know. I'm thinking no. But you know, it's all about what you want. Are you willing to spend more for what you want now, or do you want to wait? I guess it's, you know, an individual choice. In this anything goes crazy real estate market, if you see a property you like, email me for a history on the property and I'll email it back to you. No obligation to buy with me, of course. I just like to keep my viewers happy and subscribing to my channel. Here's my email address, realterrific@gmail.com.